Let's talk about some of the challenges that social enterprises have serving bottom of the pyramid consumers. My organization, Project Maji, which serves bottom of the pyramid rural Africans with sustainable access to water, has to work in some extremely hard environments. When you're setting up a for-profit business, a commercial business, you look at the environment you're working in. If you're working in a capital city, you might be looking at what are going to be the retail stores that I sell to? Where am I going to warehouse my goods? How do I import the goods? How am I going to do my finances? Which banks do I use, etc. What we might consider normal business setup issues. But when we work in places like rural Africa or rural India or some parts of Latin America or wherever it might be, we're talking about some really additional harsh challenges. We have to deal with some extremely hard environmental issues. We're serving people in rural Africa. We have to build our solar-powered kiosks in the middle of small villages with no protection around them. They have to be weatherproof. They have to be theft-proof. They have to be really completely self-sustaining in their own environments. These are challenges that go deeply into our engineering to make sure our facilities are going to be working reliably in any environment for the long term. We also have to deal with governmental issues. When you're dealing with a product like water, we become a utility, even though we're a non-profit. We have to work with the local counties and the local governments. I'm really sorry to say, but in some of these environments, when we're coming in to do a social good to help these people, we do come across a lot of corruption issues. And it's very tricky for us to make sure that we navigate that by sticking to our standards and not paying a bribe to anyone, but making sure that we don't fall foul of the desires of some of the corrupt politicians that might be there, that might want to come and hinder our way. We have to deal with foreign currency issues. A lot of our donations come in dollars, and we have to do a lot of our costing in dollars, but then we convert this money into local currency. And some of the markets we operate in, most recently in Ghana, have gone through massive devaluations, and that really affects our ability to be able to spend the money that we get in dollars but are holding in local currency. And security is another issue. When you have expensive equipment, solar panels and pumps out in a rural environment with not a lot of people around, you can imagine that at nighttime, under cover of darkness, there can be a lot of theft and security issues. We've got to deal with all of these. So apart from running, let's call it a regular business, dealing with marketing and finance and HR and admin, we have all these other issues that we have to deal with. And it puts a real strain and challenge on organizations like ourselves. And my hat's off to all the other organizations that are able to balance the two. But it's really, again, important that people who are getting into impact investing and wanting to support social enterprises really understand the challenges that are faced by these social enterprises and the differences that they have to face when dealing in normal Western environments.